I'm going to write down few sentences for you, and we are going to pick out whether it's an abstract, common, proper, material, what noun. Okay? Say what kind of noun these are. Say what kind of noun say what kind of noun. And that's what we are going to do. Look at the first sentence. He was happy. He was happy during his childhood. His childhood. Okay? Next, a flock of birds, a flock of birds flew over the clouds. We made articles. We made articles out of plastic. Out of plastic during a craft class. Next, the birds fly in the sky. The gentleness of the man attracted the children. Now, let's look at the sentences here. What kind of noun? You must say what kind of noun this is. We have, he was happy during his childhood. A flock of birds flew over the clouds. We made articles out of plastic during our craft class. The birds fly in the sky. The gentleness of man attracted the children. Then, Mr. Sam wrote out a play. Mr. Sam wrote out a play. Now, what are we trying to look at? We are trying to say, identify kinds of noun and say what kind it is. Now, he was happy during his childhood. So, we have here happy. Can you look at happiness? Touch? No. So, we have here happy. He was happy during his childhood. Both the words happy and childhood. What are they? What is that? Abstract noun. That is an abstract nouns. So, we learn to identify. You know, one look at it, happy childhood. All these are abstract noun. Next, we have a flock of birds flew over the clouds. You have flock. What is that flock? Collective noun. Flock is the collective noun. So, I write on the top C for collective noun. Collective. Now, we have here birds, we have here clouds. Now, birds, cloud, they are common nouns. Any bird, any cloud, fluffy. So, you will say common. This is common noun. CN, common noun. So, we identified collective noun and then we identified abstract noun. We found common nouns. Okay. Okay. Next, we made articles out of plastic during our craft class. When you say plastic, it's a material noun. This is a material. The material noun is plastic, but we also have here class. Any class. This is common noun. Any class. Okay. Next we have the birds fly in the sky. Birds and sky, they are common nouns. Then we have the gentleness of the man attracted children. Gentleness, that's an abstract noun. We have an abstract noun here. Finally, we have Mr. Sam wrote out a play. Mr. Sam, this is a proper noun. Mr. Sam is a proper noun. Now see, what are the kinds of nouns we have done? We have done common nouns. And we have common noun here, sky, birds, common noun. Then what we did? We did proper noun. Mr. Sam is proper noun. Then we have abstract noun. Happy, childhood, gentleness, that abstract noun. And then we have material noun, plastic, material noun. Plastic is material noun. Then we have collective noun, flock of birds, collective noun. So we have done all the nouns here. We have common noun, sky and bird. We have proper noun, Mr. Sam. We have collective noun, flock of birds. We have abstract noun, happy, childhood, and gentleness. We have plastic, material noun. So we learned here to identify, pick out, and say what kind of noun that is. As I told you, we will do exercises, then easy for you to pick out and say what it is. I will do one more exercise for you so that you can identify the kinds of nouns. We are going to do a few more exercises for you to identify different kinds of nouns. Okay? We are going to say what kind of noun we have in these sentences. The first I have here is the dog fell. The dog fell into the pit. The dog fell into the pit. Everyone appreciates. Everyone appreciates her honesty. Then the crowd greeted the minister. Bravery is a desirable quality. Quality. Mrs. Susan teaches us history. The flowers over the hills looked beautiful. Sita lost her gold chain. A swarm of bees flew into the boy. Swarm of bees flew into the boy. Now, let's read these sentences aloud. We are going to find out, say what kind of noun in these sentences. We are going to find out what kind of noun, and if you found, you must say what. Whether it's common noun, is it proper noun, is it collective noun, material noun, abstract noun. We should be able to identify. Then we know, oh, we have understood the topic. The dog fell into the pit. Okay, now the dog, you have here, pit we have here. Can be any dog, any pit. So dog and pit, they're just common nouns. Okay, so dog and pit are common. You have found common nouns here. Okay, now everyone appreciates her honesty. Honesty, you can only talk about it. So what is that? What noun is that? It is an abstract noun. So we found honesty and it's an abstract. It's an abstract noun. See, in the first sentence, the dog fell into the pit. Dog and pit are common nouns. The second, we have everyone appreciates her honesty. Honesty is an abstract noun. The crowd. Crowd is a collective noun. Crowd is a collective noun. And then we have a minister. That's a common noun. Any minister, common noun. So far we have common noun, pet, common noun, pet, and dog and minister. Honesty, abstract noun, and crowd, we have collective noun. In the fourth sentence, bravery is a desirable quality. Bravery, that is a abstract noun. Bravery is an abstract. It's an abstract noun. In the fifth sentence, you have Mrs. Susan teaches us history. Mrs. Susan is a proper noun and history is also a proper noun. So we have here proper noun. Mrs. Susan teaching us history. Then the flowers over the hill looked beautiful. Now you have flowers, you have hills, they are common nouns. Flowers, common noun, hills, common noun, but you have here something beautiful. That's a abstract noun. Beautiful is an abstract noun. abstract noun. Now, and then you have Sita lost her gold chain. Sita is a proper noun. Then you have gold, that is a material noun, and chain is a common noun. So you have gold, material noun. Gold is a material noun. Material noun. Now what is left? A swarm of bees flew into the boy. Swarm of bees. Swarm, this is a collective noun. Collective noun. And then you have a boy, that is a common noun. Now let's look at it again. We have got through all the 4 types of noun. Common noun, we have pit and dog, and then you have minister, then you have chain and boy. Next you have proper nouns. You have Mrs. Susan, Sita, history, they are all proper noun. Then you have abstract noun, honesty, then you have bravery, you have beautiful, they are all abstract noun. Now we go to collective noun. We have collective noun, crowd, collective, then we have here swarm of bees. We have 2 collective noun. Then we have also material noun, gold is a material noun. We have gone through all the nouns. We have gone through all kinds of nouns. You did very well last time, the sentences. I am going to give you one more set of sentences for us to find out what kind of nouns we have learned, to recollect, to bring to our memory the different kinds of nouns, looking at the sentences I provide. Ornaments are made of silver and gold. Second, the Red Sea is to the east of Egypt. The Red Sea is to the east of Egypt. Next, we saw a herd of cattle We saw a herd of cattle grazing in the field. We saw a herd of cattle grazing in the field. Next, wisdom. Wisdom is better than beauty. The police beat up a mob of people. Ashoka was a just and wise king. The people who live in Holland are called Dutch. Clothes are made of clothes are made of cotton, wool, woolen and silk. Now let's look at all these sentences and learn for ourselves what kind of sentences, what kind of nouns we have learned. We learned about common noun, proper noun, collective noun, material noun, and we also learned abstract noun. Let's take each sentence by itself and see for ourselves. Now, ornaments are made of silver and gold. Now, silver and gold, they are material nouns. What nouns are they? Material. They are gold and silver. They are material nouns. In the second sentence you have, the Red Sea is to the east of Egypt. Now you have here the Red Sea, that's a proper noun. Egypt, that's a proper noun. So we have two proper nouns in the second sentence. Proper noun. Proper nouns. Let's look at the third sentence. We saw a herd of cattle grazing in the field. Herd of cattle. So that is a collective noun. That is a collective. Herd of cattle is a collective noun. And then we also have field. You see, field is a common noun. Field is a common noun. So in the third sentence you have herd of cattle, collective noun, and you have field, a common noun. Okay, any field. Okay. Now, fourth, wisdom is better than beauty. You can only speak about wisdom, and you have also here beauty. Wisdom and beauty both are abstract nouns. They are abstract nouns. Wisdom and beauty. Next you have the police beat up a mob of people. Mob of people. That is a collective noun. So you have here collective noun in the fifth sentence. Ashoka was a just and wise king. Ashoka is a name of a king, proper noun. So you have here Ashoka, you have proper noun. Then you have here king, you have common noun, but you have just and wise. Both these are abstract nouns. He is a just king, is a wise king. Just and this are abstract noun. So you have this abstract noun. Again, this is abstract noun. In the seventh sentence you have the people who live in Holland are called Dutch. Holland, people of Holland. So this is a proper noun. We can say they are Dutch people. Holland is the place. The people are called Dutch. Both are proper nouns. Proper nouns. And finally, we have the last sentence. Clothes are made of cotton, woolen, silk. These all the three, cotton, woolen, they're all three are material nouns. What are they? Material. Material nouns. Now let's say we have material nouns gold, silver, cotton, woolen, silk. Then we have proper nouns Red Sea, Egypt, Ashoka, Holland, Dutch, proper nouns. Then we have collective noun, herd of cattle, and we have a mob of people, herd of cattle. We have two collective nouns. Then you have abstract noun, beauty, wisdom, just, wise, all these are abstract nouns. We have also common noun, king, field, we have common nouns also. Now, from this exercise, we have learned to identify and say what noun these are. We have learned common noun, proper noun, collective noun, material and abstract noun. When you do more exercise, you'll be more thorough with the kinds of nouns.